What's going on, everybody? How you doing? Lord PeteyTV here. We're here to talk about the Cauldron of Carnage, which is the second boss we went after for our heroic community kills. And here's how we did it. So what I first did was I split the group into two. When you split the group into two, you're going to end up putting, the flame boss on one side, and you're going to have the lightning boss on the other side, and you're going to end up keeping an eye on those. So I'm going to talk about the flame boss first, since we're right here. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to have everybody stacking in the bomb when the bomb comes down. If whoever gets targeted by that blast, they just need to walk it off and watch out for the pulses of fire that are coming out. And then from there, you're just going to continue to pretty much stack with the tank the whole time while it's happening, because pretty much that is where the bomb ends up dropping. You end up being careful of the beam so you don't end up killing the group essentially, and you're going to end up continuing that way. So they're going to have this molten situation coming out, which is a pulse, which you want to spread out for, and you're going to want to try to heal through while that's happening. And you're going to end up going through and doing DPS there. And then you're going to be getting ready for another beam. We end up getting another stack here. I would try to get ready for there. We ended up two healing this, which is very, very difficult, one on both sides, and you'll see what happens in the end. But here we go. We had full energy, they charge together, and they smack into each other. When this happens, we lusted, because they're right next to each other. You can get a little bit of cleave damage off both mobs at the same time. And then at that point, you switch sides. So if you're on fire, you go lightning. If you're lightning, you go fire. So we end up swapping sides there. And you want to try to continue to DPS your side itself. So here you go. You're on the lightning side. We get this little lightning bar once we start engaging on the boss. And what you really want to make sure you end up doing is not having that continue to get bigger. So I'm going to sidestep the circles there when you get targeted. And you're going to see all that lightning on the ground, so you don't want to stand on that. And what you're going to do is you're going to have ads that are going to spawn in a moment. So you're going to DPS the boss. These ads are going to spawn. When these ads spawn, you need to CC them. Once you CC them and they stop there, you don't have to worry about them. They're going to go away in a little bit. When they end up going away, as you can see, they get out of your way. Right here, we got another set of those AoEs. Like I said, we had a little problem because of the healing situation. But there you go. And it kind of shows you pretty much most of the fight itself. Now, we're going to end up going through the whole entire process over and over and over again. It's the same thing this whole entire fight. It's not that difficult to kind of see how this is going. The biggest thing you want to make sure you do is you want to make sure you keep an eye on how things operate with the clash. You want to make sure people are standing on the correct sides. You want to make sure you kind of, lust when it's appropriate and right to kind of go through. So you want to keep an eye on dealing and going through all of that while you're doing this. Now, for me, as the raid leader, I just started doing callouts repeatedly, talking, fire, be careful of the bomb, watch the static charge, going on, so on and so forth, throughout this whole entire fight. And I'm not going to lie, I kind of just stayed on the floor. I didn't take the res that was necessary because we didn't have it, because someone died earlier. And it was very, very dicey towards the end. Now, this was our second pull of the night, and overall, it seemed like something that we know we can handle in the future a lot easier. So we kind of just went through that. So here you go. Here's another images, really easily taken care of. Here's another sidestep, very easy to deal with. Like I said, felt like a pretty piece of cake for a fight overall, from at least my perspective. But yeah, the team really enjoyed it, really thought it was good. And yeah, kind of just went through the whole thing. As you can see, you got to be really careful of the beam, because you could end up nailing the other side, and it's very hard to see the beam on the far side. So just be aware of that. And we go through another clash. And after this clash, one of the guys ends up dying, and then the other guy will end up dying after that. This is Rumble, who decided to try to get into our group here. But we were pulling him in after this boss. So clash is happening. People are doing a great job dodging stuff on the ground, dodging thunder, all that other stuff. So here are more going on. And we have to be careful because I don't recall what hits, but we end up starting to lose a lot of people. I think it might also be because of the closeness. Because when the bomb ends up dying, or I should say exploding, it drops that red on the ground, that lava on the ground, and you start losing more and more space. So what we ended up doing was we ended up moving the fire guy towards one wall, and we ended up taking the lightning guy and pushing up against the other wall. That way, they were somewhat spread out. Now, we end up getting, a little burst of things going on here. We had a couple of people die, which kind of stunk, but we ended up getting the gorilla down in a second, and then we got the other guy down. We try to take him down about the same time, and then we get it down. So thank you so much for checking out the video. My name is Lord PeteyTV. And please make sure you hit that sub button, and I'll see you all soon. Thank you so much. Bye, everybody.